The United States is now trapped in a Middle Eastern nightmare with absolutely no exit strategy. Just look at the massive disasters from the last few days. Kuwaiti air defenses accidentally shot down 3 advanced US F-15 fighter jets. A US KC-135 aircraft crashed in Iraq. On top of that, the Pentagon has now officially admitted to 24 dead American soldiers. The mighty USS Abraham Lincoln was forced to flee the region, and the USS Gerald R. Ford caught fire in the Red Sea, while Washington burns over $1.2 billion a day firing million-dollar missiles at cheap Iranian drones. But this is only what the Pentagon is officially admitting. Iran is claiming a completely different, much darker story. Tehran claims that they actually shot down those F-15 jets. They claim their ballistic missiles scored direct hits on the USS Abraham Lincoln, forcing the carrier to run for its survival. IRGC claims to have wiped out hundreds of US troops. They announced they have captured American soldiers alive. US leadership is in absolute panic. One minute they threaten massive retaliation, the next minute they hesitate.
The United States has naval assets in the region, but they're too frightened to go anywhere near the country. I told you earlier, there is not a single American warship, let alone an aircraft carrier battle group, within 700 kilometers of the Iranian coast. And that's for a reason, because since the invention of dynamite, the development of drone military technology is the most significant development. Just listen to what I said there. There's been no change more important since dynamite was invented. Drones and missiles are the future. Navies are very last century. And aircraft carriers are floating coffins. That's why one of them is now on its way back to the United States after a fire in the laundry room, and it's why the others are 700 kilometers away. Secondly, if through any means an invasion of Iran were to take place, tens of millions of Iranians would be waiting for them. So as Arakchi, the foreign minister, said, I'm finding him increasingly a superstar, I must say. Arakchi said, when asked, are you worried about an American invasion? He said, no, we're waiting for them.
Shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I would like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kwadash, and a sincere salutations to the hopeful elect. Lord's willing, this lesson be edifying and straight to the point. So we've all heard the idiom, it's not the size of the dog that's in the fight, but the size of the fight that's in the dog. And this is reigning true. In America, Babylon the Great is finding this out the hard way. What was supposed to be a first-round knockout by America against Iran, they were supposed to hit them quick and hard, it's turning to be more than they bargained for. Now, the meaning of this idiom, it is a metaphor for the mindset and grit a smaller, less powerful person or group can beat a larger opponent if they have more tenacity and willpower.
No, Iran is not interested in negotiating with Trump or the U.S. regime. Iran is going to punish the United States, and we are in the process of doing it. This regime in Washington has tried to cross a bridge that's a bridge too far, and they're messing with the wrong country. We're not Venezuela, we're not Iraq, we're not Libya, we're not Afghanistan, and we're not Syria. This is the Islamic Republic of Iran, and we will make sure that the United States regrets the aggression against the Iranian people and the slaughter of children and the slaughter of innocent civilians and the murder of the leader. These are crimes against humanity, and the United States and its allies have imposed the law of the jungle upon the world, and they will come to regret it. For Iran, this is a fight for survival. For the United States, this is a war of choice, a choice that has been imposed upon the American people by the Epstein class. We will expel the United States from our homeland, and we'll make sure that the United States never again thinks about aggression against our country. And we will not allow the Israeli regime to behave with impunity and to continue genocide against the Palestinian people. Iran will defeat the United States. Time will tell. And our drones that are being fired are very old drones. Our missiles that are being fired are very old missiles. They're very inexpensive. And Americans are using up very expensive air defense systems. The Iranians know exactly what they're doing. We haven't even begun using our latest technology, and most of Iran's underground bases have not even been used yet. They have not even been opened up for operation. The Iranians have been planning for this day ever since the invasion of Iraq. They knew that at some point the Epstein regime will go after Iranians, and therefore they've been preparing themselves for many years. We are fighting for our homeland and our sovereignty and our independence, and our crime is that we oppose the genocide that the British regime and the American regime and Western regimes have been supporting. And we are on the right side of history, and the United States is the aggressor, and we will punish the aggressor and make it regret its crimes against humanity.
Tenacity is the quality of being very determined, persistent, and firm in holding to a purpose, goal, or opinion, even when facing challenges or setbacks. And is that not what Professor Morandi conveyed in this interview? And the feeling is mutual with all the Iranian citizens. Now, this is Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 5. And it reads, "The Lord Yahweh hath broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers." Now, what is a staff? Something that you lean on. Also can be used as a weapon, like a rod. And Esau's staff is what? His military. Okay? His military might. The blessing that the Heavenly Father gave him, the sword. And we are witnessing it being broken in real time, in 4K, in front of the whole entire world.
An American F-15 fighter jet was just shot down over Iran, and right now, there's a desperate race to find the second crew member before Iran does. Where U.S. Special Forces have reportedly already rescued one of the two crew members alive on Iranian soil, but the other's still missing, and Iran's flooding the area with troops, and they put a bounty on the Americans, with state TV telling civilians that they'll be rewarded for turning them in.
Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 6. "He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke, he that ruled the nations in anger." And is this not Sleazy E's MO, modus operandi? All right. Is persecuted. Now let's get the antonym of the word persecute. Let's go down to the middle. It says to follow, pursue, hunt down, proceed against. Right. How has the hunter become the prey? The brother Zakar'Yah always used to say, it ain't no fun when the rabbit has the gun. And Esau Edom is experiencing this right now. All right. This once powerful American Edomite empire that could not be touched is now fearful and is now feeling how all these other nations felt when it came up against them and invaded them to steal their resources, bombed them, raped, robbed, murdered. All right, the shoe's on the other foot, so to speak. You get the point. So continuing on, he that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted, and none hindereth. Yeah, no one's going to hinder it. Who's gonna stop it, or who's going to come to his aid? No one. And why is that? Well, let's grab Habakkuk. This is Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 8. It reads, "Because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee, because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land, of the city, and of all that dwell therein." So all your wealth and gains have been what? Ill-gotten gains. And we know that we reap what we sow. And the Heavenly Father is bringing about the judgment for America and the proudest people on the face of the earth, these Edomites, by the hand of these other nations, and ultimately by the hand of his son, Yahushua HaMashiach. Okay? So let's end it here. Jeremiah chapter 50 and verse 23. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How is Babylon become a desolation among the nations? And we're witnessing this in real time. We're watching America take the exact steps that are leading to its ultimate destruction. It being destroyed in 1 hour by intercontinental ballistic missiles shot off in the midst of the Third World War. Thus saith the Lord. I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon. And what's the ultimate snare that the Heavenly Father has laid for this American empire? The pride, okay? Pride cometh before destruction. It reads, O Babylon, and thou was not aware, thou art found and also caught, because thou hast striven against the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. The Lord Yahweh hath opened his armory. And what is the Lord's armory? All these missile silos all throughout the four corners of the earth that are holding what? Intercontinental ballistic missiles. The scriptures calls them the waster, to destroy. It says, and has brought forth the weapons of his indignations, right? His righteous judgment, his righteous anger, all right? Because this destruction that's going to take place in America is warranted, okay? It was fully earned. The Heavenly Father says the sins of this place have reached the heavens. It says, for this is the work of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, our power of hosts and the land of the Chaldeans. All right, Lord's willing, this was edifying. Shalom Israel, Wa Abad Babal.